Hello, this is Dan.
And Phil.
What are you like, Sam?
Chocolate ring.
You are listening to BBC Radio 1, where for the next hour, some of the biggest stars of the internet take control of your radio.
Oh, Charlie!
I am Charlie McDonald.
My name's Jack Howard.
And I'm Dean Dobbs.
It's a Leo Plural Dan, Charlie.
Is this thing on?
This is the Internet Takeover. That was Troye Sivan with Wild, and you are now listening to and watching Dan and Phil.
BBC Radio 1.
Hello there, everybody. It is a Monday at 9 p.m, the first one of the month, which means you are listening to Dan and Phil on Radio 1's Internet Takeover, where you have got an hour of varied music, banter, and some dank memes coming your way. If I get my way later on in the show, I think you guys know what I'm referring to. Yep, today in 15 minutes we have the Internet News, where we tell you everything crazy that's happened around the world that you might not have been up to. On the show later, we have the 7-second challenge.
Oh yeah, we do.
Who's even winning? Are we keeping track anymore?
I'm just winning every time.
I'm presuming I'm winning every time and you're losing.
No, it's me. Also, it's October. Happy October. September's over. Congratulations for surviving it.
You made it through September. Woo! Well done, everybody.
I've seen people with some spooky Twitter names already. I feel like it's too soon.
Well, the people with like the pumpkin morphed Twitter pictures.
Yeah, and the spooky names, like you'd be like Dan How.
I've got a good name for that, actually, don't I? Yeah.
I don't have one, so I think I'm just bitter about the fact that nothing rhymes with my name.
So you don't think that it's inappropriately festive? You're just salty because you can't do it?
I'm just salty about it.
We need one for Phil. What would it be?
Like
Fester. There we go.
That's
good.
Horrible, though.
Sounds like you got something growing in you.
It needs to be like
that's
mildly sexy in some way.
Mildly sexy, does it?
Yeah.
So it's like I'm Pumpkin Susan.
Yeah. Though I have been known to enjoy a little pumpkin spice latte.
I was about to say, I think it must be just complaining about the name, because you literally rolled down to the coffee shop and you're like, it's October, pumpkin spice latte. I'm like, really, Phil? Really? It's just cinnamon and sugar.
I may be a mild hypocrite with that one. But anyway, as always, you can watch us at bbc.co.uk/Radio 1. I'm wearing the jumper from our first ever radio show, if you want to come look at that.
Oh, you are actually?
Yeah.
Well, I'm presuming you've washed it at some point since January 2012.
I have, but if you sniff really hard, there's still a little bit of Jamila Jamil. Maybe a waft of fern cotton from the old days.
That's really weird. I don't know how to react to that. Okay, let's change the subject. Let's move on to our first song, why don't we? This is from literally the most hyped thing in the entire of existence. I nearly drowned in fire emojis when this thing came out on Twitter. This is from the King of the World, Drake, and his buddy Future's mixtape. This is Jumpman on BBC Radio 1. That was Jumpman, Drake and Future from the mixtape What a Time to Be Alive. Truly. So, Phil, what have you been up to recently in this month?
Well, I went to get the mail in my PJs.
No, sorry. You've got me in a spooky mood now.
What?
Can we?
You can't make this spooky,
Yeah,
Dan.
we can.
No.
Okay, how's about it? Whatever anecdote you're about to tell.
I'm not gonna. This is not gonna match my anecdote.
Is that appropriate? No, come on.
No, you're ruining my story.
It's fine. It's technically October.
It's October the 5th. You're gonna get haunted by someone.
Okay, don't want to get haunted.
That's better. Right, I was on the way to get my mail this morning from downstairs in my pajamas, barefoot, and then I was about to pick it up, about to look in the box.
Yeah.
When I got a text from Radio 1 DJ Matt Edmondson, which was nice.
Oh, I've got celebrity friends.
Celebrity friend. I would tell you what he said, but I would have to kill you, unfortunately.
I'm sure it was that exciting. You
Yeah.
know, Matt and his crazy secrets.
But anyway, that vibration of my phone stopped me from stepping on a live snail, which had somehow managed to worm its way into a hallway.
How do snails and slugs get inside?
It's got a
Isn't
massive
that one
shell
of the
on its
biggest
back.
mysteries. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like slugs, you can go like two-dimensional through oven slats or something.
Yeah,
but
did it
what
just
snails do?
I don't know, it just maybe ghostly flew through the wall. Or we could have used the X-Files theme. It was a ghost snail. Anyway.
Thank you, Matt, for preventing you from stepping on a snail. That would have been gross and traumatic, actually.
If you'd listened to our show for a while, you will know that I'm not a particularly lucky person. I have a lot of strange and weird encounters that would be
clumsy
seen
incidents, you could say.
as giant fails. But this was lucky. So I thought we could change what we talk about this week. We're not going to talk about fails.
We do talk about fails a lot.
We do.
Tend to kind of dwell on each other's misfortune in there.
We're going to talk about your lucky moments. What has happened to you that has made your life better in the last few weeks?
Spontaneous moments of luck. Okay, I like it.
Yeah, we want some strange and unusual ones, though. Like, really good ones. Not just, I found a large crisp. Yeah.
Is that Phil's quality threshold?
That's my quality.
I found like a well-big hula hoop.
Yeah.
I got lucky.
So if you've got one, use the hashtag, that was lucky, and we'll be reading them out throughout the show. You can also text us on 81199.
So that is hashtag that was lucky with times that you have been lucky, and we'll be reading those out throughout the show.
Yeah, now we're going to dive into track 3 from my Teenage Phil playlist mix CD.
Oh, we have had some gems from this, haven't we? We've had Linkin Park, we've had Placebo.
We had Placebo. Let's see what number 3 is. Oh, it's Alien Anthem
Nice.
with Smooth Criminal.
Do you wanna
Brilliant
know
choice.
A cool story, bro.
Go on, then.
My first ever hoodie that I bought when I was in year 6 was an Alien Anthem hoodie.
Wow, Dan. Cool story, bro.
Thank you very much.
Here's Alien Anthem. Alien Ant Farm, Smooth Criminal. Congratulations, Phil of the Past. That was a great choice, I think.
Was it indeed?
Yeah.
Sent me back to year 6. Fond memories. Not quite.
We've had a text from Emily who said that she went on a deer safari, already jealous. She put her hand out to touch one, but then her phone went off and she pulled her hand away just before she got her finger bitten off by the deer.
Another phone saving a life.
Yeah.
I mean, not that she'd have died like the snail would have, but maybe could have been an infected deer.
Maybe. That's a horror film, isn't it? Zombie deer.
Zombie deers. Yeah, pitch that one if that one hasn't been done already.
Well, lucky for you, we've got some more strange stories now from the weird things that are happening in the world with internet news.
This is the Internet News.
Internet news.
Our top story today concerns a selfie-ready toddler. We've all become so used to people just sticking cameras in our faces all the time, ready for surprise selfies, that we need to be constantly alert. You know what I'm saying? You just like constantly see this, whoa! Strike a pose. Because you can't be caught derping in the background of someone's Instagram.
No way.
Well, this certain toddler was upset, having a bit of a tantrum, but as soon as she turned around and saw that someone was pointing a camera in her face, she was ready. Look at this. Okay, so baby.
Oh, she's crying. She's
having
not
a
happy.
strop, you know what I mean? Typical, like, do something, and then 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
Vogue.
Oh,
Look at that.
Wow. That is incredible.
Okay, right, so to anyone who can't see that, this isn't like a coincidence where, look, the baby said something. No, the toddler actually posed because they saw a camera.
She posed.
I understand that most people would find this really funny and good. I find it terrifying. That says something horrific about our generation, okay?
Yeah.
It knew to pose when it saw the camera.
Stop calling the baby it.
Sorry. The beautiful toddler girl.
See, I have the exact opposite problem. When as soon as the camera focuses on me,
Suddenly.
I just have a face implosion.
You try to smile and it goes horribly. Oh, I'm Phil. And there we go.
Internet news. Next, we go to the world of Disney princesses.
Yay.
You may have grown up watching the likes of Belle, Ariel, Pocahontas on your screen,
Yes.
but you've probably never seen them like this before.
Uh-oh, where's this going? Whoa, okay. That's slightly weirder, maybe.
Lucky Peach has decided to reimagine them as hot dogs with added cheese, mustard, and lettuce.
So that is hot dog Disney princesses there. Wow.
That's interesting.
Who would you want to eat the most?
I'd probably have a snack on Ariel, maybe.
I had a little nibble of, is that Ursula on the left there? That looks good. Is that like beetroot or something?
Maybe.
How'd they do the green hair?
I don't know.
Amazing and slightly disturbing, which is how I like my food.
Internet news.
Next, we have a breaking news story. A girl has dressed as a giant poop emoji to ask a guy out on a date. Look at this photo. Yes, in case anyone wants the description, there is a girl dressed as a poop emoji holding a sign saying, I would poop myself if you were my homecoming date. Shout out to the Photoshop artist that did an amazing censorship job there.
Do you reckon he said yes?
Everyone's just like talking about how amazing this poop emoji dress is, but we don't know if he said yes.
We don't know the answer.
Good question, Phil.
I
How
would
did
say
he
yes.
react?
I mean, that is great. I mean, it shows creativity, shows a love of emojis.
Which is an important trait in any homecoming date.
Definitely. I think if the guy did say yes, then they should wear like a different emoji kind of suit.
What could he wear?
I don't know.
Dancing ladies, the moon.
Maybe the moon. Internet news. Finally, it's a good day to be small and brave.
Why?
Home CCTV footage has caught the moment a tiny bulldog scared off 2 bears.
Video. So, we see 2 bears frolicking in an American backyard.
Yeah.
And then, whoa!
Look
bulldog
out.
attack. There are 2 actual bears, and this bulldog just it doesn't care.
No.
It's just jumping out, it's yipping, and the bears are like, what is this tiny thing attacking us right now?
That is like the Batman of bulldogs.
Please find your chill.
Yeah.
Good. So size doesn't matter when it comes to having a terrifying home defense beast. That's what
Apparently
that message
not.
says. And that was the internet news.
The Internet News.
Thanks, Dan and Phil from our news studio. Did you see that his glasses broke?
I saw.
We really need to give them a bigger budget, those guys. No one appreciates how hard they work.
Now, Sam Smith released his video to Writings on the Wall last night.
Indeed.
It was
good Bond track.
Yeah, quite moody, a little bit sinister. But I was most impressed by the fact that Sam sang the last words without opening his mouth. Have you watched the video back?
The last moment, it's like a proper like, Writings on the Wall! But he just does it by like closing his mouth and looking up at the camera. Very moody.
Very moody. So I thought we could introduce him in the same way.
Okay,
I'm gonna have the first go. Here's
Thanks, Phil.
Sam Smith, thank you for making my ears happy.
And again, that last note with mouth closed. Incredibly impressive singer, isn't he?
Yeah. So, we've been asking what has happened to you recently that was the luckiest thing ever. We've had some amazing texts, actually.
Hit us, Phil.
Matt in Petersfield dropped his phone above the toilet. However, it fell on the toilet seat and rested flatly on it and didn't fall inside.
That's one of those moments where you just like...
Everything goes in slow motion.
You freeze for like a minute and you just contemplate the universe and you're like, my life could have ended then.
Ella fell off a horse, which isn't that lucky, but she landed in a field 2 inches from a cow pat. Ooh, that was a blessing.
That could have been that one, like, how could this be worse situation.
Yeah.
Good.
This is going to make the world go, Saffron accidentally left the door open during the night, and during a downpour of rain, a stray dog came inside. We found out he was homeless, and now they've kept him.
It could have been rabid, but you did a nice thing.
And Kira on Twitter said there was a time I accidentally sent my aunt a full-on smutty fan fiction, but I ran out of 3G and it failed to send. God bless.
Thank you, service. Like, could you imagine?
Wow. I don't even want to know what was in that fan fiction, but
Let
that
me
sounds
introduce
worrying.
you to some Raiden. Yeah. Okay, we've got some other ones on Twitter here. Sarah Malik Simpson said, #that was lucky. I was working in a restaurant where I work, and someone didn't eat 3 profiteroles, so I got to eat them.
That's always a bonus. I mean, profiteroles make anyone's day.
Yeah, and I just like that, recycling, that's good. Gabby the Goblin, nice name, said, I almost dropped my cereal on my foot, but instead it hit my cat. And it felt really bad, but my foot is okay.
Wow.
And then she said, my cat is fine, BTW lol. Thanks, Gabby, for clarifying that.
That was an emotional roller coaster of a story.
That could have gone a lot of ways.
And then Annabelle said, my cat tried to attack me and then accidentally killed a wasp that was on the way to my face.
Wow. That's like, cats don't like people,
No.
and they're just constantly trying to hurt you, but this time it worked out. Thank you for being there when I needed you most, cat.
Yeah. So keep those coming in with #ThatWasLucky, and we'll be reading some more out later.
Now, something that's been happening this entire month while we've been away is Radio 1's Live Lounge, which has just been going off the charts. Honestly, I haven't been told to say this, but it is a blessing to music. Honestly, as a fan of people that sing things, it's really good. The whole show's music could have just been clips from this, to be honest. But there's been some amazing ones, like the Sam Smith and Disclosure cover was amazing, and Hosier, Colour Ray Jepsen, Churches, really like those. But if you're wondering which one I'm going to play, I am going to fulfill my duty as a stan by playing some FKA Twigs. This one includes maybe the first live dance routine in the live lounge, maybe? I
think it could be.
It's truly incredible. Get to the radio website if you want to watch this and just, artistically ascend to the next level of existence. This is FKA Twigs covering Sia's Elastic Heart in the Radio 1 Live Lounge.
Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
That was FKA Twigs covering Sia in the Live Lounge. Good. Yeah, everyone on the website got to see some serene dancing there.
It was so serene.
It's a very narrow space, I'll tell you, as someone who's kind of staring through a glass wall at it now, so that's quite impressive.
I don't think I could serenely dance in there like she did.
Could you serenely dance anywhere, Phil?
No,
is the question
not really.
I'm wondering right now.
I don't think I could. I'm enjoying this hashtag so much, we're going to do a couple more.
Oh, I got a good one here from Lauren that's relevant. I was lucky the moment Dan decided to play FKA Twigs. Thanks.
Oh,
yeah,
there you go.
choices there. Relevant. Although, does that count?
No, it doesn't count.
Sure. We've got a couple tripping-related ones here, which, Phil, you can relate to quite well.
Siobhan said, I tripped in front of my crush, but then played it off with a sassy walk.
I mean, really, anything could happen. But as long as you've got the sassy walk to follow it up, it's okay.
I wish I had a sassy walk.
Spill coffee all over yourself, but that's fine.
Oh, wow,
Work.
you got it.
Yeah,
you got it. You just need to click loads and wiggle your shoulders around.
Because Phil just attempted it. You're really missing out if you're not watching that on the website.
That was a mistake.
And Anne said that she was playing basketball and someone nearly threw the ball at her face, but then she tripped over before the ball could hit her and it hit the person behind her.
That was lucky.
That is lucky.
Yeah. Didn't you say you had one, Dan?
Really? It's kind of the same as yours, though.
We want to hear it.
This is horrifying. For anyone that knows what I fear generally in life, this is horrifying. This happened like 3 days ago or something. I woke up in the morning, it was like midday or something when I woke up, and I went to go have a sip of my bedside drink, but I put it down because I got a DM from Zoe.
Oh, look at you, it's celebrity friends.
Oh, Dan and Phil with their direct messages. Yeah, we need to stop that. But no, seriously, got a message from Zoe.
Zoella herself.
That's funny. Put down the phone, looked in my drink, and there was a dead moth in my water. I nearly morning drank, and it was like a thick moth.
Like a small bird.
You know, like the moths that are like fluffy.
Yeah. That have got faces and eyebrows.
like Charlie Simpson eyebrows on this month. It was truly abhorrent. It could have been.
I don't know. It could have been quite nutritious.
Nutritious. What would Bear Grylls say?
Vitamin
protein in the morning. Better than having a
moth.
shake. Yeah, vitamin M.
Yeah.
Either way, that didn't happen. So in 1 week, we both got saved from death by DMs.
Brilliant.
So thank you for that. Now, Phil, you have been doing your, what are you calling it?
Phil's Teenage Mixtape CD.
Teenage Mixtape. I thought I would join in on this trend, okay? But whilst yours is kind of like this golden age of new metal and stuff, mine harkens back to a much more emo time of MySpace.
Nice use
so
of the
I'm
word
going to call
harkens.
this Dan's MySpace Mixtape. Yes, I am talking that mid-noughties, angsty, emo music Genesis period.
Okay.
All the bands that are kind of still popular now, which is cool, thanks to their teen. And I'm going to start with the first that I discovered, arguably the greatest.
All right.
They changed my life and broke all of our hearts. This is MCR with I'm Not Okay. I'm Not Okay.
Wow.
My Chemical Romance.
So many emotions.
For many, the song that started it all. I'm sorry for just bringing that back out of nowhere. I should really have warned people, at least a week in advance, that I was about to unearth that. And it's also very relevant to how we're feeling at the moment due to something that's happening in 5 days.
Why, yes. Relevant to teens. What rhymes with spleen towards?
Is that really your segue into
I couldn't think of one. You put me on the spot.
Okay.
BBC Radio 1's Teen Awards.
Phil, apologise.
I'm sorry for using the word spleen.
And also for saying the word spleen. That was horrific.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna. This is a teaser right here. So this is gonna be quite light on info. The Teen Awards are back. Don't worry, they haven't been cancelled. There will be a Radio 1 Teen Awards this year.
Yes.
But I hear you asking, where is it? When is it? Who is going to be there? Well, Just in case you are, or even if you aren't, I will tell you that all of those answers will be told in Radio 1's Breakfast Show with Nick Grimshaw this Friday from 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So if you want to hear the scoop on who's going to be there, what shenanigans are planned, and where to stand outside if you want to take skelescopic photos of people on the red carpet, that is the plan on the Breakfast Show on Friday.
Speaking of Teen Awards, I've been having lovely memories and reminiscences about the Teen Awards last year.
What kind of things?
What about Taylor Swift? Hanging out with her?
That was a good time.
Yeah.
She is taller than us. I'll never let anyone forget that in heels.
What about when Ariana Grande gave me her cat ears?
That was unexpected, wasn't it? Yeah. She danced with a pair of cat ears on her head, and then when we were doing, what was it, like a drawing game with her, she just went, Phil, have them. And now they're just on the radiator in our office.
I said, I like those. And she said, keep them. We could clone her.
I was about to. We could totally clone Ariana Grande.
There must be some DNA on there.
Well, Phil, I think of all the Teen Awards memories, there is that one that I'll never forget.
Yeah?
I think you know what I'm talking about, guys. This next song goes out to my buddy out there. Hashtag Dick.
Nick Jonas. With levels.
With levels.
So, why did he want to know where you are in London, Dan?
We will literally never know, Phil. It's going to be one of the greatest mysteries of our entire time.
There was a tweet, hey buddy, are you in London, to Dan? But then we never found out why.
And Dan was in Tokyo the day that Nick Jonas... Whatever, okay, the pain is too real.
The pain is real.
You know how I feel about anyone bringing this up ever, so let's move on to something, why don't you say, Phil?
All right, it's time for some drama in the studio. We're talking slow motion running, explosions. Get on the website, bbc.co.uk/Radio1 to experience the 7-second challenge.
The 7-second challenge.
Okay, Phil.
I've been having a pretty good run with this. I've won, I think, 3 times in a row.
I feel like you have. I've been really letting the team down.
Yeah, that's because I know what song you're going to play. If you don't know what the 7-second challenge is, you have to do whatever the other person says in 7 seconds.
It's a fairly simple game, but it's sudden death, so it's like V dramatic and stuff.
And the winner gets to play a song that you wouldn't normally hear on Radio 1. I've got an inkling of what Dan's could be, so I don't want him to play it.
I have no idea what you're referring to, Phil, and neither does anyone listening.
Please don't.
Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Who's going to go first?
You can go first. I'm going to read it.
Okay, Phil just decided that. All right, fine. Yep, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Dan.
Hit me. Yes.
Explain what you had for lunch in a dramatic movie trailer voice.
Dan had a salad. It had kale in it, and it was really plain. He regrets his choice.
Wow. I wouldn't see that movie.
Would you not see that?
No.
At IMAX 3D.
A kale salad. That's so healthy, Dan.
Yeah.
Well done.
And as I said, I regret my choice.
Okay, I'll give you that one. That gets a ding.
Do you want to do the ding?
Shall I press the ding? There we go.
Hooray! What a satisfying noise. Phil, you ready?
No. Right, now I'm ready.
You don't have a choice. Phil, tell a spooky story about lattes.
Once there was a latte that haunted an old lady, and then she had to drink horrible decaffeinated tea for the rest of her life. She didn't get her caffeine fix.
Let's get into
She couldn't
that.
stay awake beyond countdown.
Is a tea a latte? Did you just...
A latte is coffee. The tea is what she had to have because she was haunted by coffee.
I feel like that makes no sense. You're gonna Phil
get that.
dinged himself.
Everyone in the studio is like loving that story. They
I didn't really see them nodding, but that's fine. Right. Okay, hit me,
Dan.
Yes.
Name 4 autumny things.
Leaves, overpriced coffees, school, and rain. Mushy things on the floor next to the pavements. Yes, they're mushy detritus on roadsides. You know what I'm talking about? Is that a cardboard box? Is it a newspaper? Is it a hedgehog? Nobody knows. It's wet, and I stuck my shoe in it.
Wow. Okay, you're gonna get that one.
Ding me.
Even though it grossed me out. Oh, that was a half a ding. It was a ding.
Don't give me a half ding, Phil. You have to give me
a full ding.
You have to give me a full ding. Right, Phil.
Yeah.
Name 5 animals with 4 legs.
Oh, a cow, a horse, a donkey, a cat, and a llama. Yes. Oh, that was hard.
But easy at the same time.
Do you know my mind went to human first? What does that say about me? That's really weird.
That's just wrong, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can give yourself a ding. There you go, that's fine.
Oh,
you know your animals. I should have known that from you. Right, hit me.
Right, Dan,
Yes.
make up a poem
What?
about snails.
Snails. Shouldst I step on you this morning? Nay, for the Twitter doth interrupt the death.
That was abstract.
It was Shakespearean and about your Matt Edmondson incident, which is relevant to the show, so I should get like a bonus point for doing it and sticking to the show.
Fine, okay, you get it. Oh, it's getting tense.
We're very successful this round.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a heart attack. Okay, Phil. Do you even know how... Okay. Phil, change the mood lighting in the studio to red.
What? I don't know how to do that.
Oh, go on, Phil. There's a button that makes the lights red. Oh, there we go. Let's see that. No! I didn't know that you knew where that was. You've never pressed that before.
It was a red button. I could have just...
never pressed that. Yeah.
I could have just switched off Radio 1.
I did just tell Phil to find a red light and press it somewhere in the room. Don't do that, generally, people.
Right.
I'm going to give you a ding.
Yes.
Okay.
Dan, name 5 things that you would not name your child.
Tracy. I don't know what. Log, poo, computer. No. How many was that? How many was that?
That was 4.
I did it.
No, there's 5.
How many was there?
5.
No.
You failed.
No.
And I think computer's a lovely name for a child.
What did I say, Tracy?
Tracy. All the Tracys have just switched off.
If you're called Tracy, don't switch over. We appreciate all of our Tracy listeners.
We do. Tracys, we appreciate it. If
I
you
guess
put on the
that
spot,
means that you won.
Yes! I've gone a bit abstract with my choice. I've been watching a lot of X-Files recently in preparation for the reboot.
So is that how you're tying this in?
So
Right.
I've chosen Babylon Zoo with Spaceman. Enjoy.
Welcome to the future with Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
Babylon Zoo with Spaceman. Hopefully you enjoyed reliving that. Now to someone else that's quite galactic. It's Matt Bellamy from Muse, who did an incredible live lounge I could not play.
They did an entire set in Maid of Vale that was quite epic.
I couldn't not play one of these. So here's my favourite, which you can see on the Radio 1 iPlayer channel. It is Supermassive Black Hole. I'm applauding too.
Clap for Muse.
Thank you, Muse, in the live lounge with Supermassive Black Hole.
Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
Were you interrupted by Matt Bellamy's distortion?
I was.
That felt rude.
Always interrupted by Matt Bellamy. Anyway, we've got some final reasons why you guys have been lucky. Anya had a cat that was about to pounce on her. I think we've just got loads of angry cats today.
Angry cats, that's the theme of this show, isn't it? Cats that save lives with violence.
Anyway, the cat landed in the bin.
Unintentional cat bin lady. That's how I like it.
So that was lucky. We've got one from Cairo who said, I was lucky because Dan lost the 7-second challenge and we didn't have to listen to Smash Mouth again.
Stop ruining the surprise.
I agree.
Yeah, what else are people saying?
Anna spilled orange juice on her shirt but was wearing orange and no one noticed, but I smelt slightly like an orange.
Can you ever be lucky if you're wearing orange though? That's what I'm wondering right now.
Nice good orange scent though.
It's a bold colour.
Levi said, my mother didn't name me Computer. I think, good. Yeah, you should be happy with that. And Caleb nearly choked on a crepe at a fair, but they didn't.
Because they were motion sick and they threw up.
Yeah.
Nice. Good combo of events there.
Yeah,
that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that.
So I think we've learned that everyone's mildly unlucky, but then something happens to counteract it.
And then that all works out.
Yeah, the universe is fine.
Indeed. Next time we see you here on the Internet Takeover, we'll be halfway through our tour that we're about to go on. So hopefully we'll be alive.
Let's hope so.
If not, then we'll definitely have some fun anecdotes to tell you guys of on-the-road shenanigans.
I'll probably fall off the stage.
On-the-road shenanigans. It's just a UK tour. It's just like a 2-hour train to Cardiff.
Phil got travel sick in the car and then we arrived.
You know, the Dan and Phil rock and roll lifestyle we deliver every day. Stay tuned to Radio 1 for Hugh Stevens coming up soon. And now to end this show, we go full circle with my MySpace mixtape with a new song from Panic at the Disco, Victorious.
Thanks for listening to the show tonight. Next up on Radio 1 it's Hugh Stevens, but first it's time for Newsbeat with Nick Rotherham.